And this is Unrelegated, recording live from our studio at Hudson FC in Studio Table A on this Tuesday. Hopefully you've tuned in.
It's just Tuesday, guys.
But the sun shined today.
But the Monster Truck Jam
today.
is here.
Hey, Monster Truck Jam and Supercross and
it's
all that
Supercross
stuff.
now.
Tractor
Isn't it?
pull.
Monster Jam was here.
There are whole lots of dirt.
Tractor
I had
pull.
a friend who was in from New York, and I love her, and she heard that monster trucks were in town. She's like, I'm gonna go. She goes to it and then comes back and goes, that was the shittiest thing I've ever been to. It was so boring.
And I saw a lot of the Instagram videos and Snapchat videos that it looked kind of sparsely attended. But we won't say anything about that because those two events combined. Well, I'm not going to get into it.
We'll talk a little bit about that later. But first, Kelly, you were on Soccer Down Here on Monday morning.
I was, yes. Yeah.
And that's going to become a thing.
That is going to become a thing. So we are doing what they call Unrelegated Takeover or
on Mondays.
Unrel Takeover on Mondays. Yeah. So we go on at 10 a.m. It's going to be either me, Jess, Jay, or maybe one day it's the both of us. Mm-hmm. Who knows? But every Monday on Soccer Down Here at 10 a.m., you're going to be hearing the lovely voices from Unrelegated.
Check it out, guys. So much content.
Moving on up in the world.
Hashtag content. Jason Longshore, thank you very much for having us on, and Jess will be on next, so you can hear Jessica on Monday at 10 a.m. on Soccer Down Here, talk all things soccer.
That wonderful British Reading voice.
That's right. And Kelly, the gold stars
are on the kits.
They made it on the replicas.
Yes, they
Although
did.
the buyer beware, the early editions, it looks like they scrambled, and we saw some pictures of stars falling off.
Yeah.
It looked like your campaign may have made them rush just a little bit.
From what I know, it was a rush because they were not planning on it. But I was in the store today. I finally was able to pick up my small authentic kit because they were also sold out.
That's a
of
small?
all of this. The one I'm wearing is a small.
Well, yeah.
See, isn't that crazy?
We'll touch on that too a little bit later. But yeah, the stars. Listen, we don't know if we were the reason, and I shouldn't say we, Kelly and Jessica, or other people raising their voices were the reason. But I still think it shows that it's important to, because some people get down on us like, you complain too much about stuff, and it's like, listen, this is something seem important. So
it's a community thing, and to step into that situation and say, listen, like, we earned this. We all earned this. The team may have won the game, but every single fan that was in that stadium or watching on television or has been to a match, or every single person that identifies themselves as a 17 or a member of the Five Stripe family, the star symbolizes all of us.
Even if you don't, though, it's like there are people who are proud of this team, whether they are diehard fans or supporter or in supporter groups or things like that. Like my brother recently just had his birthday, and he's like, "I'm getting a kit because I want a star."
Absolutely,
and he goes to one game a year.
And just to bring it up, I mean, when we played Portland, they very prominently displayed their star on their kit. It's a point
Seattle,
of pride.
I got messages from people in Seattle saying, "Good for you for raising your voice. We did it, and you deserve it, and that's why we did it." A couple years ago.
It's a point of pride, and it's something. It's a championship. It's something earned. It's something that can't be taken away, and it shouldn't be taken away. Especially from people that want to display it proudly on all kits. I got a goalkeeper jersey that didn't have a star, so I'm hoping to add it later, but we'll see.
Yeah, and I did see that in the team store, they started to do the same kind of iron stick-on ones on the Peach kit. I think I'll wait because I still have a Peach kit, so I think I'm going to wait until the end of the year, and maybe it'll go on discount, and I can grab one. Maybe by then they'll have them actually on the Authentics,
or just get them sewn on. I've even thought about that. I'm going to go to the person that I want to get a real star sewn on. I just for some reason, and I'm probably
like a blazing sun.
I'm thinking about that, but honestly, I think I'm going to do it on my original. I think I'm going to do it on my 2017, the first kit I ever bought for the team. I'm going to put a star on that one and probably frame it and call it a day.
There you go. Yeah. Maybe you can get it signed at some point as well.
That would be cool.
Maybe by Brooke Shea.
Final thoughts on the jersey. Kelly, you are wearing it.
I am wearing it right now.
Why don't you show it off to the camera, because we are recording video.
Help me.
If you didn't see our pilot video on Unrelegated, you can catch this as well. And Kelly is showing off the authentic kit.
So
and it's definitely, the star is definitely noticeably better.
The star is definitely noticeable. It's shiny.
There's also little hints and differences.
It's like a holograph.
It's got the 17 with the state of Georgia lower that's got a built-in message.
It's got an 18 on it, right? On the star for 2018?
Yep,
Yeah.
it's got an 18. The actual crest of Atlanta United is different from the original authentic because the it's almost like the 3D is not as thick or as
it's just much thinner.
Depth. It's it's much thinner.
But it's a thinner material shirt, so it's almost like they had to.
Yeah, it's a lighter shirt. It's a looser shirt. So
and it does have the vest back.
And it does have the vest back, and it has
controversial
those
vest back
on the side. I would actually
which are a different color shade than the
correct.
Than the stripes.
The
on
red,
kit.
the red does not match the striping on this
and if you want to get like if you want to hear someone nerd out on this stuff, go listen to Solids and Stripes podcast with Larry Luke. By the way, you can see this on camera. I'm pointing to it. That is Larry Luke's peach design. That is official, and that is permanently here now at Hudson FC above our studio bunker, and so that's very cool. But yeah, check them out because they went into great detail, and even
he also did the measurements.
Yeah, they bought every size. They put in money of their own to buy every size, so they could tweet it out and do measurements. And then also, Larry Luke then brought his to a tailor and had it very carefully altered, and had video of that, and was going to talk about how to do that without messing up your kit.
I honestly might though, because it's this.
Talk to Larry, man.
This is a small, and I'm swamped.
It's a little baggy. Also, it shows imperfections such as wrinkles and things like that much more because it is that thinner material than the other kit. So
if you want to hit up Larry, that's at Larry LARRYLUK.
Yeah, hit him up, man. Ask him. He loves sharing. He loves sharing. All right. By the way, new content has been coming out. You may have noticed, or if you didn't, we'll tell you about it anyways. 92.9. I want to thank Jason Longshore and Mike Conti for approaching me and asking me to do promo videos.
They're so cool.
For wrestling-style promos for every single match this season. That's the plan.
Yeah, and they actually have the actual WWE announcer, right?
Tony Schiavone.
Yeah, that's right. The one of
WCW Monday Nitro. Tony Schiavone.
That is actually really good. We could have just had Devon do it and say it's
I
Tony.
am a voice actor.
But Tony does some work for 929, and I did not know that, and that was a great connection that they found. And Jason and Mike Conti write up the scripts each week.
Yeah, he has a Pro Wrestling Wednesday.
He has a YouTube channel and stuff. Yeah.
Tony's one of those guys that like you don't think about it, but he was interviewing Ric Flair on what was it, NWA wrestling in 1987.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys, they retire. He just kept going.
He's a true legend, and to hear his voice calling, P.T. Martinez.
And I think he's the voice of a number of, like a high school football. He gives his time to do that as well, so that's pretty cool.
Did you guys watch wrestling growing up?
Absolutely.
I watched it.
Oh my God.
I watched it early on. I lost track of it, like when The Rock was coming on.
I was in the Georgia Dome when Goldberg beat Scott Hall and Hulk Hogan for the WCW Championship to take his win streak. I believe it was 97 in a row, but that may have been over 100 at that point. But it was Goldberg was the biggest thing. I lived through Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, but I go way back.
I
lost King Kong Bundy and stuff.
I know these characters, like I know these wrestlers, but honestly, the only wrestling stuff I watched was Celebrity Deathmatch.
Well, a lot of it was pay-per-view, so you couldn't, like later on, it had to be pay-per-view. Like it wasn't like local channel networks would show it early on because you had competing companies and stuff, and then
I just remember you had the big changeover with the NWO going to WCW because it was like a bunch of WWE guys got tired of these hokey gimmicks and they didn't want to be dressed up as sharks or wearing stupid masks, so they decided to go to WWE.
Why would you want to be dressed up as a shark? Honestly,
believe it or not,
I would pay money to see people dressed up as marine animals wrestling.
We should totally go back and watch some classic WWE. But back to Atlanta United, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it with my grandmother was a big wrestling fan in the 80s and early 90s. So I grew up on Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the brothers that do this,
the Bushwhackers,
and the
Luke and Butch
and the Andre the Giant and all that stuff, and later in his career. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm definitely not as big of a fan, but I am familiar enough with it to be able to tap into that, I think, and hopefully that.
But you know what? You're a fan of Gresselmania.
That's right, Gresselmania all the way. Which, by the way, Iron Tooth scarves were out, and still some. I think there was still some for sale. So go grab those from IronTooth.co.uk. Talking of sort of gear and stuff, which we'll talk about later. So again, thanks Jason, thanks Mike Conti for that. Keep an eye out; those will come out the day before every single Atlanta United match.
And thank you, Tony Schiavone.
Guys. That brings us to the recap of the Herediano match.
Can I pass?
Can you pass?
Can I do a hard pass?
Well, you've had some time. You had time on Soccer Down Here to kind of talk about it, and I know Devon talked about it on Five Stripe Weekly, or just a recap.
We did a match review,
review as well. That's out on Atlanta United Fan TV YouTube channel. So go check that out. So I don't want to get very in depth into it. Some time has passed, but I did want to kind of quiz on sort of key markers, and that is some players that I feel like on Twitter there's been some contention around whether they're getting too much heat, and people are on Twitter saying we need to give the coach time and you can't criticize, you need to lay off Bello and all these things. So I want to dig right into that stuff, the controversial stuff. And the first thing I think is the least controversial, we'll start with that, is LGP, who I felt made a big mistake, and I think that was clear as day that led to the first goal. And yeah, I mean, how do you feel about his performance?
He had a very nervy first 10 minutes. I think he calmed down a little bit later, but we've gone over this a lot over on Atlanta United Fan TV. LGP is a brain fart waiting to happen, but he's also a moment of brilliance, waiting to happen as well. So that's kind of what you get with him. It's par for the course. It's what you get with him. He, at the same point in time, he should have scored that second goal that he technically did, but Loreno it deflected off him to be offsides. So he gives you so much for his faults to be so glaring. It's just that when it's something like that, when your keeper is standing inside his 6 and you try to head the ball back and it bounces in front of the 18 to the other player, like we did for the match review it was just a clown show.
Yeah, I put together a little video because I've been doing some editing, some other videos, and in that process I was looking at some Frank de Boer content, and I found that he talked very openly about his blooper.
Who did it better?
Where he headed the ball. Ajax was playing Juventus in the '96 Champions League final. Ajax were champions at that time, I think, and they blew it. Yeah, they blew it. They ended up losing in penalties in that game, and his blooper was part of that.
That was the tying goal, too.
Yeah, and so if you want to imagine what Frank was thinking when LGP did that, it was probably more about flashbacks of his own time doing it than getting angry or anything.
Now you mentioned Frank de Boer, so I know we're on LGP.
Yeah, no, let's do it.
But I want to get into Frank de Boer a little bit because people will say that you can't criticize because it's early and you need to give him more time. My main criticism of Frank comes down to the fact that when you are obviously down, and maybe it's just that I'm used to Tata Martino with his gesturing and being up, off, and Frank sat on the bench next to Orlando Trustful basically for 90 minutes. I didn't see a whole lot of anything other than exasperation out of him, and that's kind of a situation where I feel like our players are used to Tata Martino standing up off the bench, stepping to the touchline, and directing play. Like Tata used to be the guy who would.
Yeah, we're seeing cultural shifts. Definitely, it's coming out in that game. Obviously, it's difficult. You can't judge too much about one particular game in
very small sample size.
In a difficult environment.
It could have been exactly the same if he's standing on the edge of the field and just analyzing, which is what he was doing anyway by sitting. I mean, he could have done the same thing, and people would have had a completely different reaction because he's always standing.
It's just different, right? It's different. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's different. And
it's just optics at this point, being that we're used to something that just won us a title.
I'm more concerned about things like substitutions, and things like that. Than
the game was definitely crying for a halftime substitution, and we didn't make it. Nagby should have come on at the half. Shea should have come on at the half.
Yeah, I feel like maybe you put a little too much faith in the players and their ability and the resiliency of that stage of the game.
It's our first game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, in some
and
ways,
it was their 10th.
That's
correct.
True.
So it's in some ways, though, in regards to your comment about him trusting in players, you kind of have to. Mm-hmm. You've got to see what they can give you for 60 minutes, and if it doesn't change, then you sub, and that's what he did.
But if you're in an instance where for 45 minutes you are watching a 17-year-old player get absolutely drubbed down his side, mm-hmm. creating, obvious gaps in defense and midfield because he's either too far up the field or he's not covering his man. At halftime, if you are a world-class coach, I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to get on Frank de Boer. I'm all about his hiring. I would have subbed Bello for Shea at half. I would have started Shea. I would have started Breck Shea just based off his CONCACAF.
Yeah, this is something that people were getting into on Twitter because I think there's some in the camp that said, why are you saving the embarrassment and look at towards what's happening in the game, make a change. And some are saying, well, he's got to learn, and is that the way that he learns?
This is not the game that you put him in to learn.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is, and that's the thing. It's like, play the kids, but
we're also 2 Brad Guzan mega saves and a Miles Robinson clear off the line from being down 6-1.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to stop sunshine pumping and actually understand that. We had
maybe we could have a second from Joseph if he put that away.
Well, we should also have a third.
and Tito.
Yeah. Well, not just Tito. LGP had a goal called back that bounced off of Lorenowitz. That should have been 3-2.
Correct.
Nagby missed just wide. Their keeper made 2 amazing saves. Correct. One on PT and one on, I believe, Barco.
Yep.
So we had our chances. They finished theirs. So that we can talk about all these other things. They finished theirs.
It's a difference from them finishing because. The first goal, I don't even want to give them. It was that honestly to me feels like an own goal because that was a mistake that we did.
But we also had 3 shots in the first 5 minutes that went wide, and over. We were dominating the first 5 minutes. They scored in minute 7.
I agree
and then
with
the game changed.
One of the things I said before the game is what I was really interested to see is whether we won or lost was how our team reacted if they got into a situation, that was. Difficult to deal with, and I think the way that the team handled that pressure was what was concerning. It's almost less about the tactics and things like that. Stuff you can fix and work on in training. What you can't work on is if there's a chemistry issue or if the team is just not ready. Right. And this thing is it's the coach's job to get the team ready. There's no excuses. I know it's a short period of time and all that stuff, but if you're rolling your team out and they're performing like that in the first game, you're not doing your job.
No, but Mike Tyson said everybody has a game plan until you get punched in the face.
Correct.
Right. And we got punched in the face, and we chased a goal. And then we went down 2-0. So
we got punched in the face. We got sucker punched in the face twice.
Yeah, and
twice.
And that's
and it wasn't even like a punch. It was a sucker punch.
It was a sucker punch. And it was one of those things like you put your hands down and you looked at the ring girl and somebody just, absolutely clocked you. But those kind of situations either make you or break you, and we came back and we got a goal from it. Granted, it was an own goal. I know they gave it to Gressel, but it was a complete deflection. The ball was going wide. But then in the second half, we had another brain fart. We got beat on a set piece at the back post.
Those are old habits. I feel like that's from last season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So those are situations that we can go back on film and fix. There's things where you can say, hey, if you're going to play left wing back, you can't get caught up. You have to come back and play defense.
What's more difficult to fix is the chemistry in the midfield, and
Agreed.
There
was such a wide gap from your attack.
Yeah, and Lorenowitz, as an attacking, almost like an attacking midfielder at times, it just doesn't work for me.
No.
I understand. I feel like Parkey can learn and adapt to that right side. Escobar will be back. That'll change the makeup of the back line anyways. We may see Parkey back in the center. So I'm not too concerned about that, although I would like to see Miles on the right.
Miles has such athleticism, and he's got the ability to be that guy.
But at the same time, if Parker's... So let's flip it. So if Parker sits in the middle and Miles pushes forward and uses his athleticism, he is a great one-on-one defender. Parkey's even said it, but if he gets burned,
no, but that's the thing. Parkey knows how to sit back. That's the difference. You saw Miles in the center, and that led to the second goal as he was way up, and then LGP was also up there, and then Parkey was way too far right to be able to deal anything when they broke away. And so that left a huge hole, and that lack of discipline and lack of experience in the center where you typically have, look at some of the greatest teams in the world over time, and some of the greatest captains.
Like Thiago Silva or
have
Cannavaro
been center
Bonucci,
backs because they're directing the show back there, and it's such an important role. And it's just strange to me that we're putting him in on trial at center back when he mainly plays right center back, in Atlanta United too. So on the right side. So why deviate from that? It just seems bizarre to me. So But I also understand that
in the first match of the year too. It's just
out of all three players, Miles, ironically, was probably the best, and that's not saying much because he was just okay, in my opinion.
His average rating was a 5.5.
He was just okay to me.
That's his average rating, but he also helped a whole lot.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Like I said, Miles cleared a ball off the line.
The second half was different for LGP too, but at the same time,
we could have very easily lost that game 6-1. We could have also very easily tied that game 3-3.
Yeah.
So if you go back and you look at it, our finishing was bad. Our final decision making was terrible. Barco over dribbled most of the time, lost the ball more than he actually completed passes.
Why do you think he does that? Do you think he gets just it's just in like a fallback for him, like when he's just like it feels like he can't get space, and instead of looking up for the pass, he just gets it. I'm gonna keep running until
we're both Arsenal. We're both Arsenal fans, admittedly, and we both are living through the Alex Iwobi era,
right?
Where he is faster than everybody. He's technically probably more gifted than everybody, but his final decision making is just awful.
Yeah.
So you get to the final third with Barco, and it's like he's either afraid to shoot, which we were begging for last season. Remember last year when he scored his goal in substitution? It was like, oh, finally he's shooting the ball.
Yeah.
Barco is either afraid to shoot, has had his confidence crushed with shooting, or he feels like he has to beat people to show that he can do it. I've seen him beat the same guy 6 times and then lose the ball.
Yeah, and it's just going to be really interesting, and we'll talk about it when we preview the next match about what we think the makeup of the team could look like, because Frank de Boer said he's going to rotate. So
absolutely,
so
and
that's
I expect a lot from Barco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to talk about in that match, or are we ready to move on?
Well, no, because there's positives to take from it. I don't want it to seem like it was all negative.
Nagby came on and was great
and showed you why he should start.
Correct.
Yeah. You got an away goal, which is practically worth 2, because if you win this match 2-0, you win. Now, my biggest key to this next match that we haven't even touched on is you have to have communication from your leader who has played in England, and that leader is Brad Guzan. Brad, if you're going to play Miles in the center, Brad has to talk more, because
he's the most talkative goalkeeper I've ever seen.
I get that, but he has to lead Miles Robinson and tell him where he needs to be at all times.
Especially in the back three, there's a lot of space between the defenders,
and there's no language barrier. There's no excuses. Like, this is the match where they are going to press us. They're not going to sit back.
You
and
needed
bunker.
to shout early on, like, "Where are you going?"
But
Get
also,
exactly.
But if they're going to press us, they're feeding into. We know exactly what they're going to do.
Why weren't we kicking long balls out when they started to press us? We
always
learned this
done that,
we learned this last season in the playoffs. That's how we defeated teams like New York Red Bulls and NYC FC. Is when we get pressure, we just start launching it and let restart the play.
You don't
and
understand
we have
how
the
many
pace.
times
We have
we've
the
said
pace
that.
and the ability to do that, and that's what was frustrating me. Is for a team that's supposedly Frank de Boer is defensive minded. The wings were like completely disconnected at times from the center backs. It was just it was way too much space.
Well, that was the biggest question: is are you going to get Johan Cruyff Frank de Boer, or are you going to get Louis van Gaal Frank de Boer?
Yeah.
So I really hope we get that total football, free-flowing, switch the field of play type style, and not the let's put 10 men behind the back.
And if this was
and
just about regular
rush us.
season games, we'd have the time for him to be able to do that, and we could be patient. But with Champions League,
2 matches and you're out.
if we get knocked out, hey, well, you know what? Take your time. Fine. At that point, who cares? But if we're going to be in this competition, we want to stay in this competition, they better figure it out quick.
And see, that thing right there is to me, like, there was an article today in the AJC written by Steve Hummer where it was like MLS Cup is all that matters. And that is so short-sighted. Champions Cup gets
That's not
you,
how the team feels.
Exactly.
When you talk to Darren Eales.
Exactly. Champions Cup gets you to, Champions League gets you to Club World
international
Cup.
play.
How do you prove you've made it to the next level?
Right,
That's the
exactly.
thing. Do you do it by winning another MLS Cup, or do you by winning a tournament that an MLS team has never won?
Not being the first MLS team,
Yeah.
and then going and playing on the global stage in the Club World Cup against the Real Madrids.
Imagine the TV. Do we get TV money from that?
You would think that there's a revenue share
Yeah.
of some form, but
MLS probably gets most of it.
even
Either way.
still, just to put the league to get rid of that perception of the league not being able to compete on the global stage. Look at what Miguel Almiron is doing at Newcastle in 3 matches. That fan base is completely turned
Our
around.
team hasn't gotten where it is thinking like that. like it's just enough. Like we need to focus on one thing. You know, no, that's not why we hired Frank DeBoer. That's not why we brought in PT Martinez.
That's
so
not
that
why
we
we're
can
signing.
just win MLS Cup.
No.
And focus on that.
That's not why we're
why
signing.
are we even in the why are we even in the tournament?
We want to put our name on the world stage.
Yeah.
I mean,
we want to be a global brand
for a journalist.
And maybe
from
that's
the
just
city.
people that are used to American sports, and there's not all these different competitions. You know, where your local competition, I guess, you know, is the only one. So maybe that's a cultural thing.
But that's where I think it's important for podcasts like this and for people that watch the sport like a religion, like we do, to explain to people that maybe they aren't as informed, but they work for media companies, and they say, you know, maybe you cover the Braves or maybe you cover the Hawks or something like that. But the fact of the matter is, when it comes to the sport of soccer or football, it's a global game that you want your brand on the global stage. Champions League matters. Club World Cup severely matters. Campeones Cup, not as much. I could give you that. We're playing against the Liga MX champion. That's a one-match type thing. If we were to compete for Champions League, somehow get past this round, play Monterrey in the next round more than likely, somehow get past them and play for a Champions League final, like that's huge. And to undercut that by saying that the MLS is the only thing we should focus on is asinine.
Yeah.
It's an issue with American journalism when regarding soccer, because it's still seen as not as important as American-based sports.
Right, and that's also
this is a constant battle that we're having because we are so young in this game.
What's weird is this is a journalist who's written about the team before. It's just interesting to see. I mean, he clearly says this is just my point of view, but I disagree with it.
But it's also a situation to where it's like there are a lot of people out there that share that point of view, and they also think that like why does a player want to leave MLS? We're here in America. Well, MLS is probably the 7th or 8th best league in the world. So when a player like Miguel Almiron gets a chance to go to the Premier League, they're going to take it every time. And I've said this to people, like, don't get attached to players at Atlanta United. Cheer them on when they move on, but know for a fact that if we have a top-tier talent here, like a PT Martinez or like a Miguel Almiron, they're probably only here on borrowed time.
Talking about importance of CCL, you got a little heated on Twitter about, I don't know if you started to talk about it and then Doug Roberson from the AJC then tweeted about it and wrote about it, but what I'm talking about is the monster truck travesty.
Yeah.
The idea that we are playing in Kennesaw simply because...
The undervaluing of the most important franchise in Atlanta.
Yeah, and let me read what Doug Roberson ended up quoting, and this was actually sometime days after it was back and forth. I think Brett Jukes, who's an executive communications executive with AMB, was disputing the reasonings that Doug was giving and things like that. So
tell all of your readers Arthur Blank honors contracts.
Yeah, right. That's right. Yeah, he says tell your readers that Arthur Blank honors Blank honors
Georgia High School football
state
championships. What?
Arthur Blank doesn't own the stadium, does he? Is it leased?
I'm not
entirely
sure.
Is he the one really honoring the contracts, or is it AMB and whatever? But anyways, according to Doug Robertson, he said the hashtag SCCL game couldn't be scheduled in the $1.5 billion stadium because the venue was years ago contractually obligated to host legacy events that were part of the stadium construction agreement. The monster truck race. It was a race? I thought it was a rally. Didn't they call it a rally? The monster truck race that was held last weekend and the motocross race that will be held this weekend are two of several legacy events that are part of the construction agreement that predates most of Atlanta United's history. But you have an argument against that.
Yeah, I have an absolute argument agreement. On December the 8th, 2018, there was a match that took place that forced other legacy events to be moved. Those legacy events happen to be the Georgia High School Football Association state championship games for all classifications.
Right.
So you actually had, kids from South Georgia having to stay overnight, move their time forward so that they could play, championship games on I believe it was a Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that was originally supposed to be so that was moved, and it was moved for our benefit.
Right.
But it was still a contract. It was still a contract that got moved. It was still an event.
Isn't there typically language in contracts, like if things
contingency
happen,
clauses?
They must have really had a poorly written contract for this construction agreement. Because were they that desperate to lock up money when they were building that thing that they put in things 3 years in advance?
That's something to consider.
I mean,
and then over and above
the
that,
sales guy might have made a pretty commission on that. But
you have two events.
If he's even there anymore.
It's like a $1.6 billion stadium. I mean, they'll take the money they can get.
I guess,
you have two events that combined will not draw the same that one full event for Atlanta United would draw. Yeah. It will not. They will not top the capacity of a full one event at Atlanta United game. So the thing about that is you're paying staffs twice. You're paying venue security twice. You're paying all these things twice to not even have the same ticket revenue, to not have the same capacity. And to me, this team brought you a championship. Atlanta United is Atlanta. Monster Jam is Monster.
Monster Jam.
Supercross will pack up and go to the next city.
Well,
when Joseph Martinez comes out in the AJC and says, "We are not ready because I want to play at Mercedes-Benz Stadium."
Let's talk about that. So, Joseph Martinez said, "quote unquote," I don't want to lie because I'm not good at math or statistics, but I think when we play at home, we win 90% of our games. He said, "We play at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, not Kennesaw, so we are not ready. We have to play at Mercedes-Benz Stadium." Julian Gressel said, he's typical Julian Gressel. He used to go with the flow. He says, it is what it is for me. We want to advance. That stands above all. It doesn't matter where the game is. Would have been nice to have it in the Benz and have that factor for us, but Kennesaw has been good to us the last few times we've played there. Why not do it a third time?
And I brought that up to you.
Haven't we been knocked out of U.S. Open Cup at there?
We've been knocked out of U.S. Open Cup.
That's not been good to us at all.
And I brought this up to you.
We got beat by a crap Chicago team.
This is an
first year.
This is an example of exactly what I'm talking about. You have...
Second year was at the Benz.
Second year was at the Benz. So
you have your MVP.
We got knocked out by somebody.
It was Chicago and the Benz.
I thought it was Miami.
Miami
beat
us down. We lost to Miami down in Florida.
Down in Florida.
Yeah.
So here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You have the MLS MVP, your goal-scoring champion, leading an article saying, I'm not happy with this. But yet, we still have to get the positive sunshine pumping at the end with the player that says that, hey, everything's cool.
That's typical journalism. You interview multiple people. They have different things to say. And the thing is... at the end of the day, what's more important, your main center forward saying that it's bad, or Julian Gressel saying it's good? I mean,
or 60,000 fans that don't get to go to a Champions League match.
It resonates more with me what Joseph's saying, because that's like, ooh, that's interesting.
I agree. The article was about Joseph, and somehow they found a way to put a positive spin on it by
the lead in the editor put a headline that was specific to Joseph, and then Gressel.
Here's my question: do we think that when we were really honestly looking at moving to fifth, third, and not moving other things, that this team was overconfident in thinking that we can knock out Herediano in the first one?
I don't think
and there was
so.
no
I
point
think some of our veterans
and even trying to pump out this match because we're going to have Monterey right after?
I think our veterans were very weary of going to Costa Rica.
Yeah, I think our veterans were weary of going to Costa Rica. I think that there might have been some members of the fan base that said, hey, we didn't get Saprissa.
Brad Guzan's very familiar with watching Mexico struggle against Costa Rica and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day...
I don't think it's... let me say this real quick. I think it's more of the fact that it's first time in, so we didn't really know what to expect. Less of it's just a Costa Rican side. I think it's more of I don't really know what I'm doing here.
It's a combination of factors. New coach, less time to prepare, going down there to Costa Rica. I think it all just came together in a perfect
9
storm.
weeks. I mean, literally 9 weeks from cup to kit reveal, and then 4 days after that, we played a competitive match. These guys didn't even really get an off season.
No, they didn't.
And with that, we will be at Kennesaw. Devin, you had a winner.
I did.
Of your competition to have someone go with you.
Yeah.
So
I'm always going to be doing those things. I want you guys to really pay attention to Unrelegated ATL or Unrel ATL and Atlanta United Fan TV. You know, I love to involve our fans and our listeners. So we did a thing.
It's a lot of fun. I did it a few times last year where I had extra tickets and I just like raffled them. You know, did a Twitter competition.
And we always do it really easy. Just just sign up and follow because we're bringing you really great content. So if you do something like that and you help us spread the word of it, you never know how it's going to pay you back. And Daniel Graham will be joining me at Kennesaw for Herediano. I've already sent him the ticket. He's already excited. Yeah. So Daniel, beers are on you for the first round.
Very cool, guys. We're going to take a break. We'll talk after the break a little bit about Miggy, some cool merch, and some league news after this.
Or this.
Hey, guys.
What's up, everyone?
As you know, we are huge Atlanta Beer Bus fans.
Oh, my God. We are the hugest fans.
And you may know because we've given you offers in the past, and now we've got a new offer for you.
You guys are going to be blown away.
If you don't know, Atlanta Beer Bus is Atlanta's only hop-on and hop-off brewery shuttle service.
Yeah, and you can ride between 7 breweries, 1 cidery, and a distillery, and even a MARTA station for only $15 a day.
But guys, Fridays are now happy hour. You can now ride for $10 on Fridays.
You got to be kidding me. $10?
Yeah, so what are you guys doing? Why are you taking expensive Lyft rides or Uber to
makes
breweries?
No sense. Or having to try to find them on a map or Waze. I mean, don't do that.
Or trying to designate a friend as a designated driver and punishing him or her.
Oh my God, those conversations, they're awful. Those are awful conversations.
Someone's always grabbing the short straw.
Well, I mean, really, it's most likely.
Plus, guys, as Kelly's favorite, you
beer
get
nerds.
You get
Give the beer nerds.
You get beer nerds, guys. That means you get somebody that's going to tell you all about the brewery, all about what's new before you even get there, so you don't have to get off and then pause and wait for somebody to give you a tour and all of that. It's all done on the shuttle ahead of time.
They're nerds that love beer.
Plus,
how could you not like them?
Plus, the drivers, they got great taste in music, I hear. So.
Yeah, perfect taste in music.
Yeah. Maybe bring your own mixtape. I don't think they have. Do you think they have cassette tape players?
Oh, for sure.
But listen, guys, Unrelegated listeners now get 20% off daily passes with the promo code UNREL. That's UNREL. And the reason that's cool is because they can now be used on any weekend route.
Any weekend route. That means Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And because Fridays, like Jay said, are now happy hour, that means unrelegated listeners can ride the bus on a Friday for just $8.
Now listen, the offer is limited to one person per weekend and cannot be combined with other offers, but that doesn't matter because you only need one day to get through these breweries, guys.
You only need one. And you know what? If you want any more kind of cool tidbits and other facts about them, you can follow them at ATL Beer Bus on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
And you can visit them at atlantabeerbus.com for full details, as the daily routes may change on occasion. So go there, check it out, see what the routes look like, and then go ahead and use your code.
Atlanta Beer Bus, people. Create your own beer adventure.
What are you waiting for? Go do it. And we're back. Quicker than ever.
What's the quickest?
I was going to use the bathroom,
wasn't even able to get a drink in the meantime.
I am faster with a Coke Zero than without a Coke Zero.
I don't even know what that means.
After weeks of dealing with Miggy's faster with the ball and then without the ball.
Okay, I see the reference.
You don't know what it means?
No, I know what you mean.
Okay.
I was literally in the team store today and I was talking to Tanner and then we were watching Miggy play and he said something and I was like, oh, how fast is Miggy? He goes, I'm not going to repeat what Jay says.
Just seeing that
I
across.
gave him so much shit
God.
for when he said it. Yeah,
just the media. I mean, like literally seeing people just pick that phrase off.
It was just amusing to me how, like, when I was counting literally by the hour when the transfer was going on, as like more articles came out or more tweets that had that included, or Darren Eales interviews, whatever. So I just thought that was hilarious. So now whenever Miggy's on and people are watching at Newcastle, people tweet at me the phrase to see if my reaction.
He's faster
on the ball than he is without. Science. So Miggy started both against Huddersfield and Burnley and was taken off around the 70th minute both times.
80th minute.
Broke like every
80th,
Newcastle record in terms of number of key plays, passes, running. He's ran like 8 kilometers in the last game.
He's every time you watch him now with that team, he's stand out.
It's
like,
funny because this is like normal for us watching, and
then
everybody's just blown away.
But he has completely changed. If you look around, like what he's done for Newcastle, like that team was
just the fans too.
Yeah,
that was actually
into
brought
the
on.
games. They're standing up and giving him ovations.
Yeah,
they have chants for him.
They have a war banner for him, which is unheard of for a first game player. Yeah.
It was said in the commentary today in the Burnley game that he's quickly becoming a fan favorite. like that
It's
they
clear.
stand
Yeah.
behind him, and like this is.
How could you not?
Well, it's
I
such
mean,
a
you can't.
deprived fan base. I mean, you think about it, they hadn't broken their transfer record since Michael Owen in 2005.
And then there was that
so.
wonderful tweet that came out, or it wasn't even a tweet. It was a picture that was shared by Miggy's wife, where it was like literally just Miggy's face in every emotion,
Smiling.
smile, happy, angry, and it's just the same face.
Pensive was my favorite.
And it's just
the
he's
same
smiling.
face. Yeah. Oh man, so good. So yeah, that's always enjoyable to see how he's doing. We're probably. I don't know if we'll continue to talk about Miguel Almiron on the podcast, but right now,
I don't see why we
right
wouldn't.
now it's fun because we're seeing another fan base fall in love with a player the same way we did,
I
which
think
is
it's
kind
I
of
also
cool
see
to see.
there's also bleed over. If you look at it, there's I know in my personal Twitter I see and that's my main spot. If you don't follow me at Devon
seeing
for
more
real.
from Newcastle fans too,
A
like
lot
saying,
of
"Hey, we're
Newcastle
coming to
fans.
Atlanta."
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are saying, "Listen, I never followed MLS. I'm an Atlanta United fan now." And where do you live? Oh, I'm a Gallows Gate Inn supporter. I live in Newcastle on Tyne. It's like, wow. Okay, so this is the benefit of the global brand, and that's why I say, like, don't get attached to players here. Just support them wherever they go. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm not going to pull for him 2 matches.
No,
a year,
I'm
but,
not going to be wearing a Newcastle
But
shirt.
but 36 out of
I
38.
will. It's
but-
my shade.
But 36 out of 38 matches, I wish him all the best, and I hope that they do absolutely amazing things. I hope he puts in braces against Spuds. I hope he, gets assists against Chelsea.
I hope they rest him against Arsenal.
Against Arsenal, I hope he takes a day off. Exactly.
You know what? It's so fascinating about this, though. In that regard, I mean, I also have noticed more Newcastle people interacting with me on Twitter, but it's this whole idea of that if the Premier League sees a player like Miggy and was like, oh, he came from the MLS, he came from this team, let me go watch this team to see what they're, and they're going to see the likes of Joseph Martinez and Pity Martinez and Barco and Nagby, and they're going to see all of these great players, and they're like, oh, well, we can.
League
MLS
growth is
so,
always a good thing.
Yeah. It's highlighting the fact that MLS has players that are of the high quality caliber that the Premier League is.
Well, somebody tweeted that today. I think it was Matt Doyle who, when he tweeted out, he's like, imagine what this is going to do to transfer values of young players. What Tyler Adams and Miguel Almiron do for the MLS 4.0 players that are in academies right now.
This transfer window is probably the most historic in MLS history, just with those 2 players.
Until the next
Alphonso
one.
Davies too.
Yeah, and he hasn't even gotten to really get in there yet. He's so young, so he's just getting ramped up. So
right.
Also, some cool merch that we saw. Archie Eversole tweeted out a picture and a link to a We Ready scarf, which we retweeted. You can check it out on
That's
Unrel.
my dog. What up, Archie?
At Unrel ATL. So we retweeted that. You can check it out. And if we do see another link or something, we'll give that out. Also, local artist JEE710, that's G710 on Instagram, is selling 24 by 30 print versions of his Joseph Martinez canvas. And if you haven't seen this, go check him out on Instagram. It's titled Hail to the King. He put the canvas up for sale. We helped tweet that out and get that out for him. And now he got so much interest from people after I think he sold the canvas that he's doing prints for $50.
Doesn't Joseph have it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think I remember seeing a photo with Joseph.
He gets his hands on pretty much anything with his face on it.
Anything with I'm sure his house is like a shrine to him.
And then also, I think we can talk about this, right? It's been long enough since the season ticket boxes have come, right?
Oh yeah,
Everybody's gotten
Everybody's
those by
seen
now.
it.
All right.
You had to have seen them
I go on
now.
the 72-hour rule for those kind of things.
Yeah,
if it's past 3 days, yeah.
It's
been a while.
So I think I was one of the last people to get them. So if I've now seen it, and a video went out that Skate from Atlanta United and some others from there retweeted. So if they're retweeting it, I think they really got their stuff. Unless it's delayed in the mail, we apologize. But the unboxing, what did you guys think of that season ticket box or whatever you call it? I don't know what you call it.
It was a lot bigger than I thought it was because every season I think it's been getting better, obviously, because we've been getting better. We get more money. That means it's more of it's geared toward fan interaction.
Give us more of the stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was just classy. It was looking. It felt like an old classic Cadillac that you open up and
like
then
the hood.
The hood and like you're like, oh hi, oh you're so pretty. And then the moment you flip that second inner flap open and then the lights come on, you're like, holy shit.
The only thing it was missing.
Lights?
Yeah, the only thing it was missing.
Your lights didn't work.
My box was beat to hell.
Oh no.
That's what she said.
Really? Wow. Okay.
No, but it was. Mine was completely decimated. So it would not have looked good if I did an unboxing video. Like, it would have been a disaster.
The only thing
the
only thing to me that was missing was like the Game of Thrones theme. Like, if it would have opened up.
Yeah.
Because wasn't there chanting the last time? The chant came
There
out
was
of it?
chanting
It was
in the last
ATL,
one,
the
yeah.
A.
And that didn't work for me either.
Gee.
So
And that
Well,
one.
my charger didn't work. I remember they gave me a charger. They gave me like this, or was it the portable charger thing? None of those two things didn't work.
Yeah, the
for
charger didn't work for me in the last one, and then the
Nice try, guys. Thank you.
The speaker was the one that chanted the ATL,
and mine didn't
Yes.
work.
and my speaker died immediately.
Yeah.
And I don't do batteries, so like that was done.
Did it come with battery? I thought
It came with batteries, but it
I
was
thought
a
you couldn't-
battery-powered
I thought you
speaker.
couldn't. I thought you couldn't even replace a battery. So once it died, it was dead. But
Good
kind of thing.
idea, but
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I think my wife Jenny was more excited about the license plate than anything else
Yes.
because she,
It's on my car.
She bought us 2 regular ones,
Mm-hmm.
and I still haven't put mine on. I'm lazy. And so she was like, "Yoink, I'm taking that." So she's gonna put that on her car.
So
and the keychains are dope. Although the 17's already rubbing off.
yeah,
on mine.
they're rubbing off.
Yeah.
So the license plate came from me, and I am a founding member, but the license plate came that said Unite and Conquer, and then I got a little note in it that said, sorry for the inconvenience, your founding member Unite license plate will be coming.
So they gave you an extra one,
Yes.
anyways.
So
Okay,
I
so
gave
I
I
didn't
gave
get
that
the
one to
note.
my dad,
Yeah.
and then I'll be getting my founding
And
member
that is
one.
cool that they do put on your passes. If you're a founding member, they make that clear.
Yes.
And if you don't know what a founding member is, guys, if you're just tuning in or you bought season tickets last year, it's if you bought in that first season.
Right.
Then you were considered a founding member. Even if it was the last day of the season,
It was
You
an
were
extra
still
like
considered a
$50
founding
thing.
member,
if you
yeah.
bought season tickets, it doesn't matter. You're a founding member. And so that they keep track of that. And so that's why some people, if you saw pictures, it said founding member on some of the
right
gear.
instead of Unite and Conquer.
Instead of Unite and Conquer. So,
Yeah.
and then also, speaking of Unite and Conquer, hashtag Unite and
Oh
Conquer.
yes.
I want to talk about that real briefly. So last year, the Unite and Conquer hashtag first appeared, and I thought it was playoff specific. Like, it was for the playoffs. It was like an extra little thing, and I didn't think anything of it. And I'd use it on occasion, but mainly I was like, it's too long to type, so I'm not going to do it. Because I just, tweet so much and stuff. I'm just like, ATL UTD is what people search on more, and if I want this to be seen, no one's going to look at Unite and Conquer. So, or like a lot of people are just doing both because they want people to
Right.
see United.
Tag it up.
But this year they made this sort of an official thing, and the first thing I learned is that it's commonly known when the emoji is attached to the hashtag is they're called hash flags. And I had no idea that was a
I
thing.
didn't
Where
even
you get
know
the
that
actual
either.
logo
a
attached to it.
social media guy from Bayern Munich who tweeted about it, who ironically said that hash flags should be succinct and tie to the closest branding that your team or whatever has. And Felipe Cardenas said, "So you mean ATL UTD?" Because that's what most
what it
people
should
know.
be.
So
But, yeah.
I just did a joke tweet. I said, I'm surprised that they did it, but oh well, whatever. Who cares? It's not that big of a deal.
It could be Sounders match day.
Or it could be worse. It could
Or
be
face of the city.
No, face
Or
of city.
Face of city. Face of
Which
city.
makes
And then
least
also
sense.
Orange forever.
No, forever orange.
Forever orange.
Face of
Which is basically just
awful.
a meaning for Donald Trump.
Exactly.
face of city
Is Orlando.
is Orlando,
Yes.
which the first thing I thought, ironically, was NYC because city is in their name.
Right.
Also, so I don't know why I didn't think, but anyways, so that's
For
just
some reason, I
weird.
just thought of Sarah Jessica Parker. Like, that's the only thing that pops up in my head.
Just drinking a giant cosmopolitan. Face
Or
of
standing
city.
in a pink tutu like dress, getting water splash
That's
on
what
her
we
from
need
a
to
bus.
do. We need to replace the lion on their logo with just a Sarah Jessica Parker face. Face of city.
They don't deserve
Face of
her.
They don't deserve her. I'm actually absolutely honest. Yeah, 100% on that boat.
No,
Don't deserve her at all.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve that. So
Maybe we just use Big Ange from Mob Wives then. Rest in peace.
Big Ange. Oh my God. So, anyways, I don't know why they chose to do that. I think it's silly because, like, why is hashtag ATLUTD so sacrosanct? Why not use that and invest in that? Use that investment.
Especially when in the first match you're playing hashtag DCU.
The team's the one that started the ATLUTD hashtag in the first place.
Yeah. It's what they bring out to every event. That
why-
ATLUTD
yeah,
hashtag.
So, I don't know. Whatever.
I will say with that though, if anybody wants to find a quicker way to tweet that out, I literally posted a
Yes.
video on Twitter on how you sync that to a shortcut for text.
If you have an iPhone, go check out the Kelly Francis at the Kelly Francis on Twitter. She tweeted out a video on how to make a shortcut, and it's similar in Android. You can make a shortcut so that if you type in a letter or 3 letters or whatever, that'll automatically give you the recommendation.
Correct.
For that name. So you chose to do what 3 letters?
UAC.
UAC.
Unite
so
and Conquer.
It's unlikely you'll ever use those 3 letters for anything
Ever.
else, and
Ever.
that's the whole idea.
Under a cloud.
You pick something that's true under a cloud.
I mean, I normally am under a cloud.
Oh,
so
that's
I
not
mean,
true. You're full of sunshine and positivity.
Thanks for promoting me
Unite,
and lifting
unite
me
all
up, Jay.
clowns.
Lifting you up like a cloud.
Unite all clowns.
Okay, Devin's just going to keep coming with those, and while he does that, we're going to dig into a little bit of
Unmasked a
some
clown.
league news that I just noticed and thought we could talk
Usurped
about.
a clown.
Utmost apathy completed.
The first thing is we've been inundated with all of these white kits that have been coming out from Adidas,
awful.
and it's like we've been having just everyone's over it, just over
They're
the
gonna get
white
so
t-shirts,
dirty so soon.
the white ring tees. I mean, the great Tide should become a sponsor for all these
Absolutely.
teams. because-
Slap a logo
Really,
on a plain
though?
white tee.
Could you imagine right above the MLS logo and all those just
Yeah,
Tide?
and with instructions on how to wash it.
Do not bleach.
Seattle made something of a rumble when we thought all the kits were out and that was it, and that we've seen all the garbage white kits, and they came out with a black and pink jersey.
A la Arsenal last year.
Very Puma.
Enter Miami next
Also,
year.
Real Madrid had pink in theirs 1 year. It's been done. It's not new.
It's not new.
But you would think that Inter Miami fans
I love every bit of the snark.
invented pink.
Invented black and pink.
Because, I mean,
Correct.
they were like, I mean, basically all I saw was stolen!
Sons of bitches! They done stole our colors!
Stole our colors! And I'm like, really? And I even tweeted and said, I don't know what's worse. They stole our chant Twitter or they stole our color Twitter. What is worse than that? Come on.
I can't. Was it Pablo Maurer? But somebody tweeted out today, I think it was Pablo Maurer, that DC United was looking at a white, black, and pink kit.
They had mock-ups of something.
Yeah.
They had pink in a couple of their mock-ups.
Yeah.
White and pink and other things. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
So pink was,
I
I guess, was a running
But
option
you have to
this year.
understand, these jerseys start getting created a year ago.
And
Yeah.
I wish they would do more things like they do in the Premier League and La Liga, where you have
Third kit?
Where you have a third kit.
Yeah.
There should absolutely be a cup kit
That the team could
absolutely
buy and do
Yeah.
as part of a separate subcontract of Adidas or whatever.
Or
I want
Adidas
a
has
midnight black kit.
Adidas has a content creator's entire side. They have the creative content people. Put it out to their team.
Yeah.
Crowdsource that stuff. There are enough creative people in Atlanta that we could have a cool third
We're
kit.
playing in international competitions. We should have a third kit.
Exactly.
We really should.
I've said this all
We're
along.
playing in CCL. We should
and
have a third
we
kit.
would buy it. The people would buy it. We got
We'd
the
sell-
largest
yeah.
fan base in the MLS. People would buy a third kit. So
or at
I've
least
said-
the greediest.
yeah. Well, I mean, just
We want it all.
just do something. Just do something that differentiates yourself, because, like you just said, we're playing in Campeones Cup, hopefully Club World Cup, Champions League, all these other competitions, as well as the MLS. We have the opportunity to really step out and have that third kit, and especially when there's something left to be desired from the Authentics this year. I feel like there's an opportunity missed.
Yeah, and I find it funny that a team that's not even an MLS and
But kudos to Seattle for copying Las Vegas Lights. That's another thing.
Yeah, it's getting ramped up. I'm like, there's only so many Adidas templates, guys.
Right.
Relax. There's only so many colors in the rainbow.
But see, you say that, and
felt-
I look at FC Cincinnati's kits, and I think FC Cincinnati's kits are
But
dope.
people were giving it crap because it's based off an old USL template that was used. And so you can't win. You can't win.
You can't win.
You can't win. But I don't care if it's a template. If it looks good, I don't care if 3 teams use it. At least it looks good.
If you
know what I
ma-
mean?
if you
Instead
ma-
of with white nonsense.
But if you made the Atlanta United kit look like that FC Cincinnati kit,
Rob Usry was
I would buy it today.
all on that train. He was like, "Why? Those have stripes,
and
they're broken up, but
they're broken
stripes."
up.
Yeah.
And the one kit that we haven't mentioned that we probably won't is the did you see the Real Salt Lake kit where it looked like every single one was different and the printer? It just literally looked like the printer.
Oh, the
ran
printer
out of ink.
broke. Yeah.
Like, but see,
I didn't see this.
It was like Mike Pecky's printer broke. And,
it started out with stripes and then it kind of got broken up and towards it got at the bottom there were no stripes.
Yeah,
and people were literally like, "What is this? Did it run out of toner?"
It's the same problem I have with LAFC's.
There's this glitch,
white
like
line.
the glitch thing.
The glitch feed.
Or it looks like tire marks.
It looks like an effect that I have in an After Effects. That's what it looks like. Yeah, that I'm like, I've used that effect.
We could do a whole episode on kit rankings and new kit rankings.
Oh my god,
because there's a lot of good stuff and there's a lot of
shit.
shit.
Probably will do that, but
thankfully we have people with design minds that can put out that content for us. So you don't have to listen to us drab on about it. All right, guys. I like the pink. Enough white T-shirts. Why not just do a wife beater next year? I mean, just have the whole.
Jay's pushing for the sleeveless.
Yeah,
NBA jersey style.
Yes.
Just do it. Just do it.
NBA jersey style, but made of cotton.
Yeah, absolutely. I think fine. Just do that because that's how much it shows that they care to me. Like when some of these white kids. Moving on. If we look ahead to Kennesaw coming up here very soon.
2 days.
I want to talk about
1 day if you're listening to this on Wednesday.
The main thing I want to talk about and loop back around to what we were getting into earlier is who is going to rotate in. Are we going to see Bello again?
No.
Yeah.
I think that's a consensus of
but
everybody.
Why? Do you think it's because of his performance or just because rotation?
I've got 3 big subs. I think Bello for Shea.
Yeah.
I think Lorenowitz for Nagby. And I would also look at
Tito. Nagby and Larry out.
Nagby and Larry out, and I would also look at Tito for Barco and use Barco as a super sub.
100%. Tito, every time he comes on the pitch, is exactly what we need him to be. We need that fire going into the match.
Even if he only gives it to us for 60 minutes. And then
you
we
put Barco
in. Right. That's what I would make those 3 subs.
100%.
I would put in Breck Shea, I would put in Darlington Nagby, and I would put in
Tito.
Tito
Do we know
Villalba.
when Escobar's going to be fit?
Escobar's not been in training.
I would think first home match is 8 weeks would have put him at right at March 1st from the injury.
Gotcha.
So DC would have been a stretch.
I don't know.
I think everybody got really happy when they saw him with the without the sling
I just didn't see any new injury news on him. So
the minute I see him in training again, I'll start thinking about it.
Because he's been running by himself, but he hasn't been
with the group.
Did you see Frank de Boer's quote on why he played Bello? It was kind of odd.
Because Shea was too tall for the turf.
He said something.
Is that what he said?
He said something about the fact that it was turf, and so he didn't want to play Breck's
on turf. Height on turf.
That's not what I heard.
He didn't say height.
Oh,
this is from Doug Robertson's quote that he got. And he said it was a very strange quote that Frank de Boer said that he played Bello instead of Breck Shea because of the turf. Period.
That's not so. What
that is the
my
quote
understand
from the paper.
Okay, I understand, but my understanding was he played Bello because Bello understood the system more.
Who said that? Where was that quote?
I don't know.
I've never heard that before.
But that's like what I remember reading.
I've never
read it from.
It all came.
I can never see a coach saying
sense.
that about another player. Like Shea doesn't understand our system well enough, so I'm not playing him.
Especially when the system completely changed from coach to coach.
It's new to everybody.
And Bello played under Martino, so you can't. And Shea was in Vancouver, so you can't really say they're both new to the system. They're both learning
either
as they
way.
go. But here's
there's
the thing:
no clarity around any of this.
And Breck Shea's played CONCACAF matches.
Yeah.
Breck Shea's played in England.
He's played in Mexico, I think.
Breck Shea's a United States men's national team member, or was. But he's played these matches. He knows those refs. He knows that style. You put a 17-year-old in front of a firing squad, and then he looked lost. He literally looked. The goals came from his side, and they came from him being out of position. And how many times did Bello go up? And I really don't want to rag on George Bello because he's a
Why
super
do you hate
talent.
George?
I love George Bello. I think he's going to be great. But I think a lot of people again. I use the word a lot. They were sunshine pumping because they saw him score a goal against New England Revolution. They heard that he was being scouted by Chelsea, and everybody thinks, oh, he's going to be great. But the fact of the matter is these people are people, and they're fallible.
We saw that about Andrew Carlton, and then he petered off. I mean, that's the thing is, there's a lack of consistency at that age. So
right, and the expectation level on the fan is just George Bello is a spectacular talent, but throwing him in against it's the same thing as saying hey, this kid's great in high school, so he should go straight to the NFL. Well, if you put an 18-year-old kid against a 30-year-old man, the 18-year-old kid's going to lose.
It just raises more questions of why Bello wasn't rotated in to this week's game instead of started in Costa Rica, and I'll never understand that. So.
And I would rather
It's a choice he made.
And with the league coming up too, I wouldn't start him at DC. I would start him against Cincinnati, a lesser team, admittedly as an expansion team, at home in a more calm environment than say, if let's say Brett comes in, we're going to have to rotate the squad after the 28th. If you play Bello on the road against Luciano Acosta and Wayne Rooney in DC on the season opener, you might see the same performance.
I just don't want to see LGP yelling at George anymore.
I don't want to see LGP yelling at anybody after the match he had.
That poor boy.
LGP yells at Georgie, as he calls him quite often. So, I mean, it's a matter of
Is that his nickname? Is Georgie?
Georgie with LGP. You haven't seen the videos?
Georgie.
If it's on
Georgie!
Snapchat or Instagram, I don't know.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's a direct, but it's about a player learning.
Yeah, I like the yelling because it shows that he cares.
No, that's fine.
Correct.
It shows if you don't
But
care.
we don't need him being yelled at every game. If he's
no.
let's put him in a position where he could be successful. I think that Breck Shea will score 11 goals.
Yes.
And
I'm calling 14-0 with 3 Breck Shea
so
half
my
track.
score prediction is 11-0. Obviously. No, seriously though. Any score predictions from y'all?
Yes, we give up a lot of goals. We're going to give up a goal, but we're going to score 4. It's going to be 4-1.
You think the offense is just going to click on?
I think it'll be 4-0 at halftime, and I think we'll give up a stupid goal in the second half like we always do.
Yeah.
Wow. 4-0 before the half?
We should have been up. We should have been up 2-0 in the first 5 minutes, and then we gave up the dumb goal. And then
Joseph missed a. I mean, he never misses those sitters like that.
We had every chance to make that last game 3-3. They had every chance to make that game 5-1. Now, what everybody remembers about Herediano is they won a match 3-0 and then turned around and lost the second leg 6-0. So they have this in them, and they just lost the match in their league.
They gave up a
3-2.
3-goal lead or something. Crazy.
Two goal lead, lost 3-2.
Yeah, in the last minutes, dying minutes. Yeah.
So this team is not some super team that we can't beat. I would put them on. I mean, this is playing a match against Dallas. They are that quality. Like, we can beat this team, and we should score. The fans need to be up for it. We should beat this team badly.
Okay. Kelly?
I actually don't have a score prediction for this because I keep going over it in my mind and
this is outrageous.
No
score prediction.
I look at it as where we'll. I mean,
are you that nervous about it?
Yeah, I am.
Really? Okay.
This is our first foray into international
play. So, are
play,
you not giving a score prediction because you think we're going to lose and you just don't want to say that?
No, because I'm going over it in my mind. I'm thinking we're 2 up at the half. We concede a goal. We're down 1, so we're at 2-1. So we have to get the third. So we get to 3-1, and then my mind immediately goes, "Shit, we got to go to penalties." And I don't want to go to penalties.
So you're letting that MLS graphic go through your mind where they show like
I'm not letting the graph. I'm going
charts.
through logistically are how in my mind the game is going to go, and I see it ending in penalties, and I don't want to agree with that.
And see, here's where I disagree with you, because I think that the Lorenowitz-Rometty midfield was so disjointed that when you bring in Darlington Nagbe, I think you're going to have such a focus on attack that it's going to be we're going to bombard them. They are not going to have the option to
when I see it, when I see it, I'll believe it. Right now, I'm going off of what I saw in the last match, and I'm going off the confidence I do have in our players.
So
but
do you think it's
I don't want to see it go to a penalty shootout. I just don't.
So but you do think it's going to go to penalties, or you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
If I'm going to say how I think it's going to go in my mind, we're 2 up at the half. We let in a goal after the half. We come back. We get 3-1. 3-1 means we got to go to penalties.
Okay.
There is no extra time.
There is an end of time?
No,
there's no
not.
extra time in the knockout.
There's no extra time. It's just penalties.
Yeah. So my score prediction was 2-2, which would
knock us out.
That would knock us out. So I think that we put ourselves too much in the hole, and I think that as much as we score a couple goals, I don't know. The defense just looks so shaky. It looks so bad.
And
guys.
see, that's where I think if you bring in a Breck Shea, and
Yeah.
if you bring in, and I'm sorry, I would put Parkhurst back in the middle and put Robinson as the right center back.
Yeah. Because I understand all the pundits are saying Atlanta will absolutely win this game, and I'm like, I'm not sure about that.
We were supposed to.
This
we can
defense
win this
just-
game.
We're dealing with a young guy in center back.
How much
Miles
are we going to give
Robinson.
up? How much are we going to give up?
That back three gives me no confidence right
exactly. We could score 3.
It's not that LGP and Parkhurst aren't individually talented. It's just the 3 of them operating together don't seem to be connecting
right
at all.
Well, let's hope that a week of film, and I said this on Twitter, like a lot of people were like, oh, we just need to get over this game. I was like, no, this match needs to be, those first 10 minutes and every goal that they scored needs to be showing on loop in the training ground.
You can't be giving up set piece goals like that.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
Screwed.
They needed to watch that film when they were peeing. They needed to watch that film in the weight room. They needed to watch that film on the training ground.
Yeah.
That needed to be showing on repeat all week long.
I said this on Soccer Down Here, and I absolutely 100% mean it, that this team needs to look at, there we go. Did we get it? Sorry, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. No?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I said this before, and it was on Soccer Down Here, but this team needs to look at the loss that they suffered, and they need to look at it in a way that they are going to 100% come out of that tunnel or whatever the hell they're coming out of at Fifth Third, and they are going to decimate Herediano. It needs to be almost like they are ashamed that they got beaten that badly, that they're ashamed of how crappy the defense was, that they come out and they're...
Well, they didn't even want to do interviews. That most of the guys came out and didn't even do, which is unusual.
But to me, I want that. Yeah. I want them to be pissed off. Yeah. They should be pissed off. This is an international match. You showed your ass in your first international match. You don't do that again.
You should have lost 6-1. You should have lost 6-1. Let's call it what it is. If Brad Guzan doesn't make 2 huge saves and Miles Robinson doesn't clear a ball off the line, you are down 6-0 before you score. Before you score your goal. And you know, it's just a situation. Kelly's 100% right. You showed your ass. Now you have an opportunity to fix it. So put in your experienced players, drop one of your older players, and put in a men's national team member, and play offensive football. You cannot go side to side and back and backwards to Guzan and expect to win.
I'll tell you this though: if Herediano try to sit back, I do think we will win. Because I think that's a bad move by them. So it's interesting to see what the coach decides to do. Because I think they didn't play an especially high pressing game, but they did press.
But when they pressed, Jimmy Marin was everywhere.
Yeah. Everywhere, yeah, for sure. But they're not a sit back team. That's just not how they function. So yeah,
that's not the Tico style.
No.
Yeah.
So in my mind,
that's probably how they gave up 2 goals in a short period of time in their last league match. Yeah.
All I gotta say is everybody that's coming to that game, the 10,000 that we get at that game, we have to make our 10,000 feel like 70,000.
And it will be raining most likely, according to the weather.
So come and be prepared, possibly. But you have to show up and show out. And like Devon said earlier, it is important for our team to feel like they are at home and they are playing in a advantaged game.
I think the environment's going to be pretty cool there because it always is pretty special there. It's so close to the pitch.
Do we get flares?
It's not the bends.
You know,
I know.
You just said it's going to be pretty cool. Yeah. It's going to be a pretty neat.
It's different.
It's not that, and this has to come off.
But it is something that I think everybody would have preferred the bends coming out of a loss. To go back into the bends with 70,000.
Joseph would have preferred the bends.
Well, and there's a real easy way to fix this if the team wants to make it right, and we are able
monster
to
truck rallies in Kennesaw.
Well, no, I mean over and above that, just hey man, there's probably close to 11,000 people that are going to attend this match, and are we to advance? It's going to be a lot it's going to be 100% on the team, but it's also going to be on the fans that are in that stadium. Reward them with tickets to the next round at no cost. If you're listening to me and you're a member of the team, that's the way that you fix this. Cluster.
I'll take a free
throwing
ticket.
It down.
I'll take a free ticket all day.
Throwing it down and get Kelly your damn license plate. No.
Yeah, I want my founding member's license plate.
Guys, looking ahead, we have DC United turnaround real quick on Sunday, and I just want to make it very simple.
Season opener.
Do you guys think Acosta is going to be in usual Lucia Acosta form, or does the PSG sort of middle finger to his transfer deal? Does that affect him mentally? Because they're saying that he's holding out, that he's probably going to take a early pre-contract in the summer and just bounce, not even sign for DC.
Yeah, everything I've read is he was pretty distraught over it. And that there's
how could you not be?
Well, there's two sides to every
right?
story, and it's a difference of €1.5 million euros, or some people say that
who cares? He flew out there and looked like an ass.
He was sitting in a hotel room in Paris.
Yeah.
He was sitting in a hotel room in Paris, and if the rumors are true that DC United didn't take it because it was $1 million short, you idiots.
No.
You
Yeah.
idiots. Like,
or just that they relied on a broker
Right.
Yeah.
in
a third
between
party, yeah.
that screwed the whole thing up in the first place. That there was a miscommunication. That's also on DC.
But
so either
do
way.
I think Lucho Acosta comes out and plays a big? I mean, he obviously can.
I mean, if he wants big money, maybe he's going to put it all out there. Or if mentally he's not, I don't know, he's still not.
But everything I've read about him is that he is an emotional player. That there was even talks about him taking a leave of absence from the team.
Yeah.
Do I think that he plays a big role in this game? Let's just say I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope
We all hope not. But
I
as somebody that's wanting obviously the league to move forward, he needs to show up. If he wants to,
That Rooney partnership is so key. He
Yeah.
needs Acosta to be dead on because that
and
relationship.
Audi Field is going to be packed.
That relationship is what sparks that creativity and creates such chaos. It's not one or the other; it's both of them together.
And it's when the pair is firing that they did well. And that was what we noticed when they had that big run of home games. Like they got back into the playoff push, and it was Acosta and Rooney, and everybody forgets Rooney's not that old. He's
not.
just
Peter
over 30.
Crouch is what 38. He played today.
I'm super close to how old Rooney
What
is.
did Burnley put him on the field last 10 minutes?
Exactly, and he was
All
their
I'm gonna
big
say
signer.
Yeah.
is I want Wayne Rooney to do Wayne Rooney things and be amazing, just not against us. And if he can come back this year and destroy Will Johnson again, I love you. You're good. That's all I want.
I will
all I want.
always remember that wonderful.
I'll never forgive you for
Yeah.
being a Manx, so it's all good.
So we're not. It's too soon to get score predictions and stuff like that. I was just curious if you
Do you
guys
think they
thought
start
Acosta.
Chris McCann?
Ooh,
I
speaking
think
of which,
they do.
yeah,
I think they do.
absolutely.
I
Why
think
not?
they do.
I think
Agent
yeah.
McCann.
I think they do. I mean, he played a lot of minutes for us. So
Now, here's the question: Does Chris McCann 2-foot anybody in the first minute? AKA,
Yes.
get a faux red card and then brought back on? What's interesting is they did a whole video on him.
Yeah.
And they're treating him like he's a big deal. They're definitely pumping him up.
Yeah, they're
So-
doing videos and paying him the vet min.
I know.
Gotta
I know.
love that.
So he's somebody that it'll be interesting to play against to Chris McCann. That'd be,
What a good thing for his career, though.
yeah, I mean he's coming towards the end of his career, and it's at the end of the day, DC is a cool city, and
Well, it's a great new stadium. I mean, it's not RFK anymore.
well, yeah, and
so-
he's definitely getting up there right at the right time.
right. He's not playing in the dilapidated stadium with
Yeah.
no
No
And
rats,
honestly-
eating, no rats eating the breakfast.
Honestly,
in the morning.
Exactly.
I had a soft spot in my heart for DCU because Yumio was there, and now that Yumio's not there,
You need to let it
I
go.
couldn't
Yeah.
care. I know I couldn't care.
Let
that-
it go.
No, I'm not letting go of Yumio. Yumio is my baby. He will always be my baby.
He's not coming back.
He'll come back.
be my baby.
He'll come back in the summer because freaking LA Galaxy's breaking all the rules, and we'll bring him back because we can take whoever we want now.
Assad's never coming back.
He's coming back.
Upcoming events. Guys, when we take a look at atlutd.com/fan/events and look at what's happening, the takeover, the soccer takeover, the March to Soccer week leading to the first regular season match is upon us very soon. Starting on Tuesday will be Takeover Tuesday. Where they're going to start going out to neighborhoods. You'll wave your flags, and they'll come and give you swag if they like your flag. And then on Community Day is that March 6th, Wednesday, March 6th, Community Day. And that celebrates the return of MLS, and Atlanta United will be popping up at locations all across Atlanta for pickup games for youth. So that's pretty cool.
All across the community.
That's
All
right.
across the community.
And so keep an eye out for that. And then Friday the 8th is Five Stripe Friday, March to Soccer, and that leads up into Saturday, which is the block party. I'll be there.
I will definitely
Devin played
be
at
there.
the last one.
I did play at the last
Yeah,
one. It was a lot of fun.
That's how I got to know Devin.
Yeah, we came close. And I will not be playing at this one, but I will be enjoying it. And I'm pretty sure Jessica's going to be there as well, right?
Yeah, it'll be at Edgewood, and
She's playing all of her soccer tennis.
Are they still looking for
She'll have a
volunteers
tent.
for that? I know that they were still looking for volunteers
I
as
think
of
the
yesterday.
last time I talked to Jessica, they still are.
okay, yeah. So you can hit up Jessica ATLUTD on Twitter, and if you want to volunteer for that, they usually set up a tent and have activities and things like that. That's Saturday, March 9th, 12 to 6 p.m. Was a good time last time. Had a blast. There will be, I think last time there were even scarf tents where you could go and look at scarves.
There was the exchange.
and all that stuff too from the Scarful people. Yeah, I think that's it for events coming up, guys. Can you think of anything?
You can't forget about the 10th. We got the home the day after
home
the block.
opener.
You got the home opener.
Well, that's what I was getting to is the matches. The matches.
I can tell you. Well, no, we'll come up on the matches. Go ahead.
Yeah. So on the matches after DC United the following Sunday, is our first home opener. FC Cincinnati. That's going to be big.
Do you think they'll do a banner unveil? Like, will they drop a championship banner?
I would imagine a TIFO would come out. I think for our first big game, there'll be a TIFO.
I'm not even thinking about a TIFO. I'm talking about, like, in the bins, are they going to hang an MLS
banner.
championship banner?
We talked about that at the kit reveal and trying to point out spots that it could be, like,
because
behind
they can't
the
block
supporter
the halo
section
board. They can't block the halo
Yeah.
board. I was thinking the perfect spot for that. You've got the two graphics poles that then have the walkway, or the Falcons walkway, or whatever they call it, the fan bridge.
Yeah, the fan bridge.
If you hung it from the fan bridge on the left or the right, pick Falcons on the left, United on the right, whichever side. There's that perfect spot where it wouldn't block anything, and it would be the championship banner in front of the city.
Well, that's a
That'd be
great
cool.
idea. And I think it's going to be a pretty cool match because FC Cincinnati, according to P. Brennan, ENQ, Pat Brennan from the Inquirer and USA Today, FC Cincinnati is approaching 20,000 season tickets expected in coming days. Only Seattle and Atlanta have ever done that previously. And so I expect them to have a huge turnout of folks coming from Cincinnati to this game.
It
and
just
it's
sucks
gonna
that their kits aren't going to arrive in time.
Well, yeah.
And Nippert Stadium
Wait,
in Cincinnati would be a great road
What
trip.
happened with that?
There a lot of the people who order their home kits are not going to come until after their season
Adidas
opener.
supply chain issues. Way to go, Adidas and can't even say their names anymore. I hate them so much. Fanatics. All right. So guys, a lot of stuff packed into this next week. It's going to be pretty crazy. And we hope you all come out and join us at Kennesaw or at the tailgate in Cincinnati game, and come and hang out and come and meet with us and see all that stuff. Did you read, Kelly, this
I think I did, yeah, because if we're
reviews?
at 73, because I remember talking about
we're at 77 or something.
Oh, are we?
now.
Are these
Yeah.
new?
So I didn't know if you
possibly not. I'm going to read it really quickly, but just as a heads up, my big birthday is on the 17th, so I expect everybody to come out.
17, the 17th.
Does that make you, does that make you an
Against
Aries?
Philly.
Does that make you an Aries?
Makes me Pisces.
Pisces.
Yeah, and
17.
it's my 30th. So
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm
I
getting
remember
old.
that age.
Yeah, I remember those years.
Back in the day. Woo!
I have not read this one.
Okay. Let's do it.
5 stars.
Or I might have. It says late to the party, and it's by Nick Lamper. I started listening to the pod in the beginning, but I just didn't care for it. I was looking for a more in-the-weeds tactical analysis and breakdown. This narrow-mindedness caused me to miss out on how great this pod actually is. Sure, it's not just a show that breaks down every pass and formation shift, but it's a show that encapsulates the incredible soccer culture that is Atlanta United. I just regret that it took me so long to realize what I was missing. Kelly, Jessica, and Jay are ATL UTD influencers and are a true asset to our supporters community.
Thanks, Nick. Checks in the mail.
Honestly, that's a great
Holy
review.
cow. Thanks for that review, guys. And keep giving us reviews. When we get to 100, we'll do a giveaway of some kind, and we'll do something super dope.
Yep.
Also, coming up with UNREL, we have some really important big content shifts coming up that we will keep you informed of. Stay tuned over the next couple of weeks leading up to the home opener, and we'll have more information about that. So I want to thank again Atlanta Beer Bus, atlantabeerbus.com. You can use promo code UNREL, that's UNREL, for 20% off Friday through Sunday, and enjoy that sweet discount. Find us at UNREL ATL on social media, all the social medias, guys. Where can we find you, Devon?
I'm at Devon, DEVON, 4 real, Devon for real.
And you can check out Atlanta United Fan TV at ATL UTD Fan TV on Twitter. They are all over the place. Go subscribe to their YouTube channel.
Where can they find you?
Super bomb. I am at JAY_Riddle, RIDDLE, on Twitter.
And I am at the Kelly Francis.
And Jessica's at Jessica ATL UTD. Go check us out, follow, and share. And tell us what's in your mind. Listen to the pod. Tell us what you think.
There's going to be lots of awesome stuff coming up, so make sure that you check out everything that we've got going on and everything that was mentioned.
It's crazy, man. Like we said, all the podcasts, all the content creators, all rising tide lifts all boats, and just all the exciting stuff. Everybody is just going next level this season, man. It's going to be crazy.
Chapter 3, baby. Let's go ATL UTD. Woo!